All right, we're going live.
All right.
Jesus. It's true. All they needed was Kutchback.
Exactly.
That was all they needed. That's what everybody
Instant
needed.
win. Instant win.
Right? Boop. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So while all of you people are waiting to come in, I'm gonna share something that I don't know. Do you think the one that I sent you before, since it's more complete, would be the better one to share?
Well, if it's only going to be a small snippet.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I think it's fine. It's not like we need a
okay.
complete thing.
All right. I'm gonna share a small snippet of my other passion, which is music, with all of you. So this is something that I legitimately recorded about an hour ago. not even an hour ago, like a half hour ago.
Nice.
And this is just some riffs that I threw down together, but I just wanted to let you guys hear it. It's literally just guitar and GarageBand drums, but here you go. All right, that's all I'm playing for now. But hopefully, well, definitely by the end of next week, I'll have a lot more of that to show everyone. So, but yeah, that's what I do in my spare time, guys. You know,
for those who are not watching the NFL draft tonight.
Oh shit, that is.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing my Steeler jersey, man. And I have on a small window the NFL draft as we're doing the podcast. So I'll know. I don't think we have to worry about it. The Steelers aren't picking until mid time, so they'll probably pick about 10 o'clock tonight, give or take.
Ugh.
So unless they trade up, I heard rumors we're going to trade up to get.
Oh yeah.
So, yep.
Well, that's good because we need some people. So
that's true.
All right. Well, besides that, thank you everybody first off, thanks everybody for showing up tonight and watching and or listening and hanging out. Thanks everybody who came out to the warehouse sale. I was not there, but I heard nothing but awesome. Some people were surprised by the wall books Todd had. I heard there were over 100 people there on Saturday. There were about 30 on Friday for golden tickets, and then also for Monday for the bonus day. But I don't have a report for Sunday. I'm assuming it was probably like 50-ish.
I was going to say, I was planning on going to Sunday, and I kind of...
Dude, it was like... It was rainy and shitty, and I was like, I'm not even leaving the house. Like, I was like, I'm just not going to do it.
I opened my eyes for like 2 seconds, and I turned over, and then I woke up, and I look up, and it's like 11:30, and I'm like, damn, I must have been tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did not make it myself. And I had like a little stack that I stashed that I was going to pick up too.
Oh,
and I'm like, God damn it.
It's all good. We are planning another one. Dates are TBD. Todd and I are working out those details now. We're just trying to find a weekend that works for us, to be honest, because we have so much stuff going on. For instance, next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend is Free Comic Book Day. It's already here. It's already here. Like, it is crazy. I cannot believe that it's already here. Like, I am pumped, excited, also already exhausted from Free Comic Book Day. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you go to your local shop, pick up some free comics. Different stores do it differently. We just kind of do one of every title per person. Obviously, we're not going to give adult titles to kids, so don't try that. And please only take the ones you actually want and leave the rest for the other people. Like, don't just take one of each just to do it. Like, nobody likes that.
Also, please don't be those like people that are like, these aren't pristine. It's like they're free comic books.
And they're not
pristine.
actually free. Remember that. They're
Yeah.
free to you. They're not free to us. Like, we do have to pay for these. So please spend something. Just anything. Buy a regular book off the wall. I don't care. Buy
I
a
was gonna
graphic novel.
say,
Buy a pop vinyl. Whatever you want.
They're got
Like-
dollar books galore. I mean,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
that's true. We do have a ton of dollar books.
I think I
um,
spent all last week like straightening up the dollar room in the mills, putting out
Yep.
signs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so please, and
then
please
af-
behave.
Oh yeah, that
That's-
too. Please.
We
do
did
that.
have a few incidences, I do recall last year, of some very unruly people. We haven't is Pittsburgh third going to be in the mills this year?
Yeah, he'll be there again.
Okay, then I
So,
will.
oh yeah, that was what I was going to say next was. So we have some cosplayers coming to some of the events. So, Waterfront's going to have like 5 Avengers and the Comicsburg guys. Mills is going to have about 3 Avengers, which are 2 Thors and a Captain America. So you'll have a male Thor, a female Thor, and a Captain America all at the Mills.
Yep.
And then Dan Noakes, who's a artist and creator, will be there. He's also going to be at our 3 Rivers Comic Con as well. Same with Comicsburg. And then we have some guys coming to Ohio, but I don't remember who they are because Bo's taking care of that one. But yeah, come and check it out and hang out. Take your picture. Yep. Like, we have a couple backdrops set up in the dollar room. Just don't be a dick.
I was gonna say, if
in
not,
general, just don't be.
If not the mills, we have 2 Thors plus me.
Yeah,
we will beat you with Thor hammers. Like, it's
Mjolnirs will go a flying. Do not be a dick.
Well, I think one is doing Mjolnir. One has Stormbreaker.
No, I'm pretty sure they're both Mjolnir.
They're both bringing Mjolnir.
Well,
I think last year he brought Stormbreaker.
Well, so. I don't know which version of Thor he's going to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know which version of Cap Jim's going to be.
Yeah.
Because he is also one of the guys who is Pittsburgh Captain America. Or
yes.
Steel City Cap? I don't know.
Steel City Cap. I think that's what he goes by still.
Either way, some of those guys are also coming to the Pirates game with us in a couple weeks to promote the show. So if you're going to the game Tuesday, what date is it? Did I give you Tuesday the something?
You said next month here, so
but it's like, well, obviously because May starts like in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, I got it here. May 9th, Tuesday, May 9th at 6:30. That game. Okay. We're gonna have a couple Avengers with us there, and Justin and I'll be there handing out flyers for the con. So make sure you come and check that out. It's gonna be a hella good time as well. And then at the end of the month, we have 2 cool things. Firstly, we have Cranberry's Peak Flea Market. It's always a good time. It's the Sunday of Memorial Day. Get your table. The link's on our website. Links on Cranberry's Facebook page and the events. You can get a table, I think, for $10, or a space for $10 if you bring your own table. It's $20 if we have to provide a table. Sign up early for that, and then just come and sell your nerdy wares. Personally, I took 20 short boxes one year, and I made like $150 cash that day. And then Todd just bought the rest of them from me, and I got a bunch of store credit for the rest of it. I didn't even take anything home. It was awesome. But definitely come and check it out. We do have a lot of cool guys that try to set up for that. We usually have some like guys with Funko Pops. A couple guys bring comics. A couple guys bring like magic cards. It's usually a good time. So check it out.
I might have a table there as well.
There you go.
I just went through my entire collection in the last 2 weeks. I didn't realize I didn't put in 200 books into my catalog. So, now it's all caught up. So I'm glad to report, just in case any of you guys are wondering, I have 3,515 comic books currently.
Good God, man.
That's not that bad, to be fair.
It's really
not. There are people.
It's really
I think some of our customers have way more than I do.
I 100% agree with that. I went through my collection lately and I called out 3 shorts. That's it. So I don't have enough to do that. Although I might bring some other random stuff I haven't decided yet. I'm really picky on that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think
and
that's
then
what my thing is as well.
and then the week after that is the big shoe, the con, Three Rivers Comic Con. It's gonna be great. We announced this week Craig Boldman and Sean Gabrin. So I'm pretty sure that's it for guests, though. I don't think we need to do much more of those.
Oh, I thought we were bringing someone else.
Nope.
Like the one you were kind of negotiating with, he didn't want to do it.
Nope. This is it. This is all we
Wow.
got. So,
Slightly disheartening on that.
I don't know. Text me who you think it was, and I'll tell you what went on. So, just because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. So, and then after that, about 2 or 3 weeks after that, we have the customer appreciation sale. So, all kinds of cool stuff coming up at your local NDC, and in Pittsburgh, and in comics in general in the city. Oh, actually, I think I lost his card for that. I can look it up. I'll reach out to him still. He's the only one that I still want to reach out to.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought we were kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Shit. I'll have to do it. I'll do it
Slightly
tomorrow.
important there, John.
My bad. I'm busy. What do you want? I'm busy.
Well, that's why you hired me and Scott, man.
Shh, I'm busy. So, all right. So we're gonna talk some comics, and then we're gonna talk about the Flash trailer, because I think that's the only thing that we really need to talk about that's like really good nerdiness this week.
I mean, there are little blips here and there, nothing spectacular. It was very quiet this week.
Yeah.
Which is kind of it's kind of
nice.
odd.
I like it.
But I guess that we gotta have a couple weeks of blah. And then once summer rolls around, bam, 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 all these announcements everywhere. And then you and me will be like, okay, week 3 of all these announcements happened in the beginning of June. We're still going through them all.
Right. Well, Guardians comes out next week, so we'll see how that goes.
There was like the Secret Invasion.
That's in June. Oh yeah. That's coming, and it's getting like a more adult rating. So I'm very excited about that.
If it's an R rating, that's kind of cool.
All I want is Nick Fury to say motherfucker. That's all I want. That's all I want. Like, if I get Nick Fury to drop an F-bomb, I'll be excited.
Will there be like a special cameo of John Travolta? They'll do the Pulp Fiction snippet in the middle of Secret Invasion. He drops his wallet and it says "Big Bad Motherfucker" on the side.
He flips up the patch and it says "motherfucker" on it. Or MFer, like just MFer. All right.
Walk into a diner and talk about pigs,
right?
And bacon.
Okay. So, how many books do you have to talk about this week? Because I only have 3. Okay, cool.
I will do 3. I read way more than that, but like I discussed with you before, a lot of titles dropped, and I was reading some of them, and wow, really, you know, I hate being critical because it's like some of them are some of my favorite subjects, but
I know,
very disappointing writing, and I'm like,
I 100% agree. So, my first book, Money Shot Comes Again, #1. This book is awesome. Like, if you guys didn't read volume 1, go out there and do it. The first 3 volumes, or the first 3-some volumes, are amazing. There are all kinds of awkward space sex. This is them so the backstory is so the backstory is the team on the front, they call themselves the XXX Explorers, or XX Explorers, because they built a machine called Money Shot that will teleport them into space so that they can help get resources to Earth and things like that. And the way they fund it is by having basically an OnlyFans of them fucking aliens. So at this point, they've shut the project down. They're just doing regular movies. Two of them are dating. And then they find out that no one wants to see the movie. And this giant space, this one space race that used to fuck them and give them superpowers when they did that, came to Earth and is like, you guys are dicks. Like, one of your guys took a bunch of your resources and is building this space thing, and he's fucking up everybody else. So go get him. And they're like, all right, I guess we got to do that. So they're like, hey, we have money to do this, right? And they're like, no, because we had to use it to finance the movie that sucked. So now they're back to having to go and fuck aliens again. But it's really good. It's hilarious. It is definitely adult humor. It's by Tim Seeley. And this one's not with Sarah Beatty, which kind of blows. But Jalise Legance is the artist. She does an awesome book called Menage a Trois that's also really hilarious. So make sure you guys check that out. But I recommend this book. If you like the first volume, it's just as good. And I am ready to watch them go into space and have some fun. So that's it. That's my pitch for this week.
Okay.
For that one.
All right. I'm gonna go with Last Ronin, Lost Years, number 3. Now this, so far, I kind of like this second volume 2 of the series so far. Just for the fact of it's April and her daughter Casey mentoring new turtles, which we found out them from number 1,
right?
And they tell their tales of their experiences with Ninja Turtles as the 4 of them, and you get the flashbacks of Mikey where he was before he came back,
right?
And this one is more centered around Mikey, and this is, I guess, while he was searching for a master to help him train to hone his skills, because, like we know, Mikey was a goof and not really the most disciplined out of the 4. So, of course, he needs to kind of hone his skills. I guess he travels to Mongolia. I don't know how he got all the way out there, but he somehow got to Mongolia. As he was there, I guess pollution is like, the world is pretty polluted. So he ends up going blind for a bit. So it's a lot of him, how he was learning to fight blind, which is, that's typical kung fu.
Wait.
Did
you say, so this was Mikey's eyes that were blind?
Yes, Mikey's.
Okay.
Turtle
eyes, they're very sensitive.
Yeah. But he gets taught by a master who's also inflicted with the same illness. I think it's brought on by the pollution was the gist of it. Now the book ends in tragedy because everything in this book is very tragic, very similar to the first volume, where you learn about a turtle's death, this death, that death, and it's why a lot of people love this series. Like the last series as they do this series is, it's not your typical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Saturday morning cartoons. This is gritty. This is back to kind of more of the original, I think, where they wanted it from the beginning, is to progressively where it got to this point. The village that he was learning all this stuff from gets attacked by raiders of some sort. And Mikey was being led around by this young lady, and he gets his sight back just enough to see her get killed. And I'm like, wow. I was like, awesome ending to the book. And that's like where it ends, is that point, is him going, I can see again, as he's watching this. I'm like, oh, I was like, okay. I'm like,
So
all the feels right there. I'm like, damn.
this reminds me of this time I went out drinking with a buddy, and he got so shit faced that he closed his eyes a little too long. He's like, "It's like I'm blind. Oh my god, I'm blind!" And I was like, "Dude, open your eyes." And he's like, "I can see." That's all I could think about while your entire story. And I'm sorry.
I don't think it was quite that jovial. But that I definitely, if you enjoyed the first volume,
Yeah,
this second volume started a little slow. Like the first issue was slow, but the last two have been very,
mm-hmm.
right where the first volume left off, where it's a lot of tragedy, with a little bit of glimmer of the hope for the future, which I think is the whole theme, So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm enjoying it. The covers have been beautiful. Like they have I've been getting the Eastman variants myself because I just love that. I like OG. I'm sorry for anybody else who's done the other thing, but I like the OG. It just makes me feel more comfortable reading it. But I like it. It works, and I'm all for this future of the Ninja Turtles down the line. So I'm cool with it.
So.
Oh, and for those who don't know, Carolina picked their first pick, number one. There is Bryce Young from Alabama, the quarterback. I'll randomly give out.
Were you about to say the cuter back?
Quarterback.
The cuter back.
Sorry, it's late at night. I'm slurring my speech. I'm drinking alcohol. I apologize.
I'm gonna call you the cuter back from now on.
Cuter back.
All right, my next book, Doom Patrol, Unstoppable Doom Patrol number 2. So let you guys know how this worked out for the second issue, and it is pretty much everything I want out of a Doom Patrol book, right? So we have the Doom Patrol doing Doom Patrol things. We have Peacemaker and Task Force X infiltrating the Doom Patrol. So in this issue, it starts out with Beast Girl saving this girl with a big blue worm, and she calls herself Worm, but the worm is named Velvet, right? And the worm lives inside of her. It just goes into her chest and then it comes back out. Well, you find later that worm is actually a Task Force X Suicide Squad member and is trying to infiltrate the Doom Patrol for Peacemaker, and Peacemaker's like, "Do it or I'm gonna blow your head off." That's pretty much the whole thing. So we get to see.
You say it in the John Cena voice.
I read it in the John Cena voice, and I also read the Doom Patrol stuff in the show voices, so it's even better. So they have a new home in Kansas somewhere called the Shelter, and they give you it's all underground. You see it all. It looks like a barn, and then a well, and the rest of it is just giant complex underneath. Flex Mentalo has a gym, and he's their trainer guy. The old chief tries to give Jane, who is chief, a consultation, and she throws it in his face. They go Robot Man goes to Dorothy's grave, and he's kind of sad, and misses Dorothy and misses Danny the Street. So it ties that all into the older stuff. Worm goes to see their psychologist, and then Peacemaker yells at Worm to do her job, and she's like, "I don't know, I really like these guys." So then Velvet goes into the duct system, and you see everybody doing their thing, and there's a lot of funny shit going on. And Peacemaker is like, fuck this, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna blow your head off. And he literally clicks the thing. He's like, "Why isn't this working?" And and Worm is trying to escape and pops up, and the Doom Patrol's like, hey, like, we know what's going on. And Worm's like, I'm so sorry, like, keep a hold of Velvet, like, watch out for Velvet. And they're like, can he survive without you? And he's like, they were like, I don't know, but we're gonna try. So Robot Man just lunges Worm into the sky, and they watch him blow up. And then you find out that Velvet is actually the operative, not Worm. So Worm will grow a whole nother body for it to live in. And I'm like, this is so fucking Doom Patrol. Like, so, but it's really good. I'm excited to get some Doom Patrol back on the board.
Okay.
I really like it.
I was gonna say you raved about the first issue.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
this is the continuation of your.
If you want if you like X-Men but you don't want to take them seriously, this is the book for you. Right? This is because they're like the most unserious X-Men.
I was gonna say I think on purpose. I think you got to put that in the on purpose added on to that end of the sentence there, because it seems a lot of people don't take X-Men serious anyway. But
yeah.
I think that's a consensus that I have read throughout the internet, and I'm like, oh, like disappointing. But
yeah, I really enjoy it. You guys should check it out for sure.
Yes, definitely. My second book, as the second pick of the draft is being picked as I'm talking,
Good Lord,
which is the other
so
quarterback. Well, it's I think they cut it down to like 10 minutes per pick.
Yeah.
This year. They're trying to make it faster. My second is I'm gonna go with the latest issue of Gargoyles, which I believe is issue 4. This not a lot of action. Well, a little bit of action. I've been reading the Gargoyles since number 1 last year, the very last week of last year, and then this would be issue 4 at this point. I'm really enjoying it because it's taking the Gargoyles from the show, kind of putting it out in more like that last season, if anybody remembers where it left off, where they get revealed to humanity and their reaction is very, racist. Bluntly, it's racist.
Or like, holy shit, these things are real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a difference between that and they call them the Masons or something, or the stone cutters, something like that. I forget what the version of the KKK in this realm is. But the police force actually, I think from the last issue, Goliath inadvertently gets captured by the police that have set up a new task force to get rid of Gargoyle. Like if the Gargoyle does something that's not supposed to be, follows the rules of New York, you get arrested or whatever.
Right.
And of course, this is a lot of the whole, well, gargoyles are human, so they technically have no human rights. And it's very, on the ball of current issues going on right now, which, I know a lot of people do the whole, well, this is wokeism, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, a spade is a spade. If this stuff's still going on today, don't you think you should be bringing it up and it should be a part of today? It's just more prevalent now, I think, than it was when Gargoyles originally was published and or shown on television.
I was trying to look up which kind it is, and I'm having trouble. Sorry, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if it's stonecutters or masons, and
I think it's something along that. It's like, if I recall right, correctly, it's been a hot minute since I watched the Gargoyles, but it's Goliath is of course doing the high road very Martin Luther King Jr.
Mhm.
Where he wants the peaceful. Meanwhile, like the gargoyles try to break him out, and he's like, "No, you leave me in here." Again, very like selfless, because he doesn't want the rest of his clan getting in trouble. So I really highly
Quarryman. The
Quarryman.
Quarryman.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, that's well similar. Like
You were close.
yeah, it's
You were
close.
close.
That I remember their costumes. It was a mixture of like it looked like a mixture of the clan, except instead of the white hoods going up, the white hoods were like folded back and they were blue, but they
Yeah.
still hid the face. And I'm like, I remember that, and they carried around hammers to smash gargoyles.
I mean, they're not the stone cutters because they don't go walking around. They're like, we do. We do.
But I'm really enjoying the series because
Who hates the gargoyles?
very.
We do. Sorry.
It's very it's a very serious tone, like the Gargoyles animated show was. That's what made it so good. When you're a kid and you're like, wow, I've never had a cartoon other than what Batman and X-Men, where everything was a serious tone, but it had a point in society and life. So I'm enjoying it. I hope people who have been reading it are enjoying it. And if you are a Gargoyles fan, what are you doing? Go get the first 4 issues and read this book.
Right.
So,
all right. My last book, completing the miniseries, completing the trilogy of miniseries, plush number 6. This book was so good and so fucked up. I loved every second of it. So this is where it comes to the head with the actual furries and the sheriff and his minions. There are some great death scenes in this. Like, it is just like more gore than a Deadpool book. It is so awesome. But to like watch the this is this panel right here, right? That, see the unicorn in the top panel? That's the horn going through his chin. I love it. Love it.
I could go say that's like in his throat more than his chin.
Yeah. Or yeah, you can see that.
His jugular right there.
There's an awesome death scene. Let me see if I can find it. Where it doesn't really make sense without seeing all 7 panels. But there's 3 guys standing there, and the one with the big plushy head, like the big pink head with the blue hair that you never see underneath, slices 3 dudes' throats at the same time, and then just starts sucking the blood out of the one dude's throat while the other guys collapse to the side and bleed everywhere. Yeah, it's awesome.
I was gonna say, are they sitting there? Are they in ICP gears? Do you hear
no
the chop slide in the background?
I do not. Bust. But chop, swing.
For those counting, this is week 3 of ICP tribute.
Shh, it's awesome. Shut up. So the guy that in the like from the first part of the story that is dating the sheriff's daughter. The sheriff's daughter gets pregnant with the other guy, and then he gets kidnapped by the furries. He ends up falling in love with one of them. Surprise. And then at the end, they all leave together with his roommate, which is cool.
Okay.
And then, and that's pretty much it. Like, that's how it ends. But it's so good. Like, and the next book they have coming out, it's Doug Wagner, but Doug Dabbs is the artist. It's called Click Click Boom. It's coming out in June 14th. So So check it out if you liked it. Like check out Plastic and Vinyl as well. Plastic was the first one. It was the one that set it all off. If you love awkward, like think like the craziest Dexter story. Like that's like
Nice.
with like an awkward fetish in each one. That's this book. That's this
Nice.
series of books.
Nice.
They're so good. And
by the way, if they're doing a title called Click Click Boom, did they get permission to use that from what's that band?
the hell is the name of that band? Not I keep wanting to go Disturbed, but that's not right. It's
no.
I know who you're talking about, and they're equally as terrible.
I like Click Click Boom though.
Click Click Boom was the only good song.
They had a couple other ones that I thought were pretty decent. Again, I am a neo metal fan, so
I like new metal. Come on, we've had this discussion. We basically have the same music taste.
True. We spent many hours on the road talking.
We do. Check out this awesome variant. These awesome variants, though. Like that's right.
That is gory.
That is killer. And then there's this one, right? That's pretty good too, right?
That looks like was it the Spread? That kind of looks like a.
It does kind of look like that. It's all entrails though. This is the one of the variants for Money Shot, the XXX variant, right?
Nice.
And then I just want to do an honorable mention. Our girl Sora had a cover come out this week for La Muerta. So
there you go.
Yep. #1 Prime Evil Elite Edition. So Sora, I support you.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Continue on with your last book while I bag all these.
Third and
don't mind me.
Final book. Also, surprise for those who aren't following, the Texans traded for the next pick, so they just picked second and third.
Wow.
So there we go. Talk about aggressive. So if you're a Texans fan, there you go. Which, if you're watching this, you better not be. You better be a Steeler fan.
Right.
But anyway, Thor number 33. Now I'm a little bit behind on Thor, so I remember where I left off at, but a lot has happened to Thor in this Donny Cates run, although Donny Cates is not writing this part. I think he dropped it, or he handed it off to another writer, and boy, you can tell. Not necessarily bad, but definitely not as good. It's definitely a step down. This would be like an average story, which was, like I was telling you before, out of the other books I read, average is better than some of these other ones I was reading. So,
oh God,
yeah, and a lot of them are Marvel, unfortunately. So,
whoops,
guys, what are you doing over there? Please get your crap together. But Thor is fighting Doom, which, surprise, because you gotta have Doctor Doom in there somewhere. Because apparently Doom has Hela trapped in a force field of magic and his ways. So Thor is trying to fight him. Doom possesses a bunch of humans and is using them as a shield. Well, because he knows he has no chance to get against Thor, but somehow Thor gets uses his new powers. Because those who do not know, Thor is way more powerful than he was before. He overcomes, defeats Doom, sets Hela free. But the other part of this book is you are seeing the awakenment of Thanos. So Thanos is coming back in a big way, which, for those who remember from the very beginning of this run, when Thor had that vision from defeating the what was the big bad?
in the last run.
Black Winter.
Yeah.
Black Winter. Yeah. That's it. I just needed to remember who he thought. It's been a while. It's been 33 issues. That's like a year plus. So
it's like almost 3 years.
Yeah. So this is where I guess this is where the culmination of you're starting to see Thanos emerge into the run finally. Took only 33 issues to get to this point, but we'll see where it goes from here. I'm hoping it gets better. It seems like as soon as Donny Cates leaves a book, it's actually worse than before. Hence, I read Hulk 14, and it was god awful. I would have rather have read an essay from a junior high kid. That's how bad the writing was.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, the illustration, like the art is not my issue with most of these books. That is not my issue at all. It's the writing. It is just you have this things like the theme and the storyline, like long-term storytelling, and then they just like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore, so we're just ignoring it, and we're going off in a completely different direction. You have no idea where it's going, and I'm usually that's a good thing, but this is really bad. Yeah. I may have to unsubscribe to these books. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
And I don't unsubscribe. I finish my runs.
Right.
I don't.
Well, at least get to the end of the story and then
I think Hulk 14 is the last, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the end of that. Thor, I'm going to hold on to until the end of that, right? Until the end of what's going on there.
Right.
But like, I also read the Sins of Sinister Dominion, which I actually liked, but I'm going to have to reread it because a lot happened in this issue. Like a lot. Yeah. Like there was so much. They probably could have made this into 2 issues and it would have been better.
Or tissues.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yep.
So let's talk about this Flash trailer and how I am super torn because I really, really don't like the dude who plays Flash. Like at all.
Ezra Miller.
At all. And now we're not only getting 1, but 2 of him. So it's like, oh, I really want to not.
Do we not like him because he's a bad Flash?
No.
Or do we not like him because he's a bad person?
I don't like him because he's a bad Flash. I actually don't really. As I was telling you earlier today, the only thing I liked him in was his very brief first cameo in the newer version of The Stand as Garbage Can Man. And the reason mostly is because he didn't really talk at all, and he played this crazy psycho dude that fit right in with his personality, and it was probably the first thing I actually liked him in. I really just don't like him as Flash, like a lot.
I think they should have just gotten the dude from the television series, and they probably would have been better off.
I agree wholeheartedly, but we'll see how that goes. So let's talk about the good parts. Pretty much everything but his Flash.
Well,
like it is looking like the rest of that movie is actually going to be very solid. Like everything about Michael Keaton's
first good movie since Wonder Woman
and Shazam. First one.
I was going to say it's Shazam. I kind of consider as, if we're going blockbuster, best blockbuster since Wonder Woman. I don't consider Shazam a blockbuster. Shazam is an Ant-Man movie that was their answer to Ant-Man, where it's a good movie. It's a family-friendly movie, 100%. And I'm cool with that.
Yep, I agree.
I watched it, and I have to agree with you. I did enjoy Shazam.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. but again, I'm thinking Ant-Man vibes, and this is going to be more. This is what you wanted from a superhero movie: action, cool characters, all the bat devices. Michael Keaton Batman, like we've all been hoping for the past 15 years, 20 years since he left Batman.
20 yeah, 20 years.
20 years.
30
yeah.
years. Sorry, 30 years. That was like
There you
92, 91, 92 that he left Batman.
No, Batman 2 was 93, 94.
No. It wasn't 5 years in between them.
What was Batman 89?
Yeah.
And
hold on. Hold on.
Uh,
I have to look this up.
Because I remember getting the cards, the Batman Returns cards.
Batman Returns was 1992.
92.
So
Okay, then the
30
cards were
years.
made 93. Okay,
Okay.
then that threw me off.
Then Forever
This is
was
why you
not-
don't go
Forever
off,
was 95.
95. Okay.
And then Batman and Robin was 97. And then we didn't have anything until Batman Begins in 05.
Yeah, that was a long hiatus.
It was needed.
Yes. But by the looks of it, this is this is everything we wanted out of Michael Keaton Batman. Like by the like the general gist of him talking, all the gadgets, all the lovely toys. He even does a lot of in the previews. He even uses a couple of lines from the OG Batman movies. So it looks like that's the best promising thing that DC's done in a long time. So
I liked that. Not only are we getting, not only are we getting the Batmobile, we're getting the Batwing, and that is cool.
Yes.
So
because those were the two big Bat vehicles that we remember most nostalgically. Is you always remember the Batmobile and you remember the Batwing. It was both of them.
They were awesome. They were killer.
Yes. So and then what we get to see now, is this supposed to be Supergirl, Superwoman,
Supergirl, one of the two. It's Kara though. I'm pretty sure she says her name is Kara.
Well, then it's Supergirl then. So
I don't know. They might use Superwoman. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think it's Supergirl though. Let me see if they have anything listed officially, or at least on IMDb.
But she looks good. She looks badass. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Yeah. And I'm not a big Supergirl.
You're right.
Supergirl. Okay. Yeah. Because if they're using her name, then that's usually Supergirl. The only caveat is she doesn't have blonde hair, and that'll bug me a little bit. But I'm cool with everything else.
I'm actually kind of cool that we're getting more Batfleck to kind of balance that out. But I also kind of am like, what the fuck is he doing in here?
Well, that's going to be the original. That's going to be that Batman timeline to comparative to this. So
yeah, but my question is like, so is that Batman not the same Batman as Michael Keaton?
I don't know.
Because that's what's confusing.
By the preview, though, he talks about his parents dying.
I know.
His monologue. So it seems like it is Batman. I don't think they're going to do the Thomas Wayne thing. I feel like I
think they're going to play him off like Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, but they're not going to use his name. They're not going to say, "Well, my son and my wife died." So,
yeah, I'm just seeing if they mention anybody else in here that's of note.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, please go read Flashpoint.
Yeah, do it.
Also, watch the animated series, or animated movie,
Right.
Because it's pretty much it's pretty what right there. Same, like pretty much on the ball with the comic book. So if you don't have time to read the books, go on HBO Max, go see it. It's still probably one of DC's best animated movies.
Whoa.
So
there are 2 different irises.
Okay.
The one that we saw in Justice League, and then a different one.
Okay.
I don't know if it's supposed to be their kid. What the hell? This whole thing is just like, I'm flipping through here and I'm just like, I don't know. I really hope that they make sense, that it makes sense. Like that it doesn't get too time travel-y weird. But
I think they're trying to, they probably simplified it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all we got tonight, which is kind of crazy.
I did see the Transformer trailers for those who
don't care.
Well, I know you're not a big, and
I heard Chip. I'd hear Chip talk about how hot it was to hear Scarlett Johansson be RC, and I'm like, now I can't watch this show because it's gross.
Although I did like the bad guy in this Transformers is what we hope Galactus will be in the MCU, where it's Unicron, and it looks like legit Unicron.
Okay, that's cool.
It is badass looking.
Speaking of which, did you see that they're talking about Benicio del Toro as the? I think, or no, that's Del Toro. Fuck, what is his name? Hold on.
For those who do not know where we're at in the draft, we are at pick 5. Seattle just picked Devin Witherspoon, cornerback.
Antonio Banderas is who they're looking at to be Galactus. I'm kind of excited for that. I think it'll be good.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Right? But I like it. I weirdly like it.
I kind of want him to be like a blend of him from Desperado. Is he going to go around with a guitar case instead of the huge galactic machine? He just blows away the MCU with a giant machine gun or giant gun in his case. I love the Desperado movies. I'm sorry.
I did too. I loved like El Mariachi. It was great.
Yeah.
So all right. So to roll us out, I have found the actual theme song I wrote for the Toddcast a while ago in a little clip. So this is good. This is going to roll us out. Remember, guys, go shop your local stores. Get ready for Free Comic Book Day. Come out and support. Get your Three Rivers tickets. Oh, order your shirt. This is the last week to order your Three Rivers Comic Con shirt. I have to put the order in next Monday. So make sure you get it in there.
And make sure it's the right size.
Oh, for the love of God. Please. All right. Here we go. You ready? This is, I think it's 25 seconds long. I'm going to let it roll out. And then Justin and I will disappear. Have a good day, guys. See you next week.
Yep. Okay. I did not hate that.
Fuck. All right. Now we're good.
Oh, we recorded when I said I do not hate that.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in there. I got it in there.
It's a good way to end the podcast.